regular people are making millions of dollars with YouTube automation. I'm gonna show you how they do it and how you can also take a piece of that pie. If you don't know who I am, my name is Razvan Paraschiv. I've been doing YouTube automation and running faceless channels for the last 40 years, got millions of subscribers, as you can see, made millions of dollars, and now I help other people do the same. Now let's go into the video. First of all, if it's the first time you're hearing about YouTube automation or you don't know exactly how it is or how it works in 2024, well, it's simply a business model that allows you to make money on YouTube without showing your face, recording any videos yourself, and actually doing very little work. I know that sounds a little bit too good to be true, but it's definitely not a get rich quick scheme. You cannot become a millionaire overnight, and you cannot be sipping mojitos on the beach immediately after you start this business model. But all of that, it's actually possible through delegation and automation. You see, instead of doing all the work yourself, like scripting, editing, filming, recording, graphic design, and all of that stuff, you actually want to outsource the work to freelancers online who will do it all for you. And if that might sound expensive, because it definitely did for me when I first started, you can actually get all of that done and put together a video for less than $100 US. So once you have the videos done by your team of freelancers, you want to take those videos, upload them to YouTube, and if you know what you're doing, if you've done your research beforehand, those videos will get a bunch of views and YouTube will pay you for the views. YouTube has this thing called the YouTube Partner Program, where every member of the program is getting paid for every 1,000 views that their videos are generating, and it's a pretty lucrative way to make an extra $3, $5, maybe $10,000 per month on the side of your job. Now, faceless YouTube channels and YouTube automation are brand new, untapped opportunities with massive potential for regular people. And the reason why I say that, and I want to highlight regular people, is because the business model has actually been around for more than 10 years, but before or prior to this, it was mostly media companies or big corporations who were taking advantage of it. Let's take a look at this company, for example. It's called Valne Media. So I just pulled out their website and I can see that the company was founded in 2012, so 12 years ago. And if you go on their website, you will see that they get over 16 million views or visits per day, and they have over 130 million subscribers on social media platforms. Now, what's interesting about them, or how are they related to the YouTube automation business model, is that that's the exact model they have been running for years and years, and they're not the only company out there. There's plenty more. If we look at some of their brands in their portfolio, we can find channels like Screen Rant talking about movies and TV, Game Rant talking about gaming, Simple Aviation, which is a very interesting one, covering aviation news, and The Richest, which is one of the first channels that I personally discovered when I started this business model, when I started YouTube automation 40 years ago. Now, this one YouTube channel alone, The Richest, has been around for more than 10 years on YouTube, and I'm sure it generated the company millions and millions of dollars, and the interesting part is that it's still going to this day. It's making normal videos about luxury, but why this is relevant for us and why this is relevant for these people is that they're not the only ones. There are regular people with similar channels out there who are doing the same thing, making anywhere from $5,000 to $15,000 per month. Let me show you. I did a little bit of research, and in less than 15 minutes, I was able to find 3 channels that are ran by regular people, most likely, that are doing a similar job, as I said, and I'm sure they're making a lot of money. Let's take a look at them. We have this one right here called King Luxury, another one called Luxury Zone, and a more interesting one that's called Old Money Luxury. Now, again, unlike The Richest, which is owned by Valne Media, which is a big media company, they've been around for a long time, these channels, I'm pretty sure, are ran by regular people like you and me. I watch their videos and I'm very confident that all of them can be done for less than $100 each. And in terms of revenue, here's where it gets interesting. Let's run the numbers a little bit. So I don't want to go much into detail because this is not a technical tutorial, although I have a couple of those on my YouTube channel. If you look at their monthly views using this extension called vidIQ and apply the formula that you see right now on the screen, I'll have my editing put it up. Here's a rough estimate of how much these channels are each generating. So Old Money Luxury, I think, is making around $7,000 per month. King Luxury Zone is crushing it, and I think they're making $30,000 to $40,000 per month to be conservative. And then Luxury Zone is also doing at least $12,000 to $15,000 per month. Not too shabby if you ask me, and it's also worth mentioning that luxury is not the only niche that's profitable on YouTube. That's not the only way how you can make this type of money. The beauty with this business model is that you can go into pretty much any niche you want, and there's a way to make it profitable. It can be your hobby, it can be what you do for your job, it can be your profession, or it can be something that you're truly passionate about and you never had time to explore it. I'll jump on my computer and give you a couple more examples of exactly how this can look like. So here's a few more. We have this channel right here called The Atlantis Report, which talks about the US economical news, which again, it's not something that I'm personally interested in, but I see how this could be very interesting for somebody else. We have The Sportist, which is covering sports news, the B1M, which is an amazing one, making videos about constructions and the largest projects in the world, military history, and you can probably get a good guess on what they're talking about. Pure nutrition, making health related videos, and on a less serious note, more entertainment related, there are a bunch more channels. One of my favorites recently, it's this one called American Rewind, bringing back the 70s, 80s, and sometimes 90 from the good American old age. We also have Top Cars TV if you're passionate about cars, or Red 5, which is making videos about Star Wars. The list goes on and on, but now let me explain what are the simple steps that you need to follow if you want to make money with this business model. Step number one is to choose a niche, and the most important part here is to make sure that you go into something viable where you have the opportunity to make money. I won't go into much detail because I actually have a 60-minute free tutorial that you can watch right here on my YouTube channel, but the most important part, like the way I would approach it, is I would look at competitors, meaning similar channels that are doing something similar to what I'm doing, and reverse engineering how much money they're making. If they're making an amount of money that I would be comfortable with, whether that be $2, $3, $4, $5, $10,000 per month, and are also doing something that I'm passionate about, something that I have a slight inclination towards, that's a very, very good starting point. Step number two, you need to put together a team. This might sound a little bit complicated, especially if you're working a corporation, but I can assure you that it's nothing like that. We're not gonna have to go through multiple screening processes, UDHS hunters, or anything like that. Actually, it's pretty straightforward. You just need to go on platforms like Fiverr, Upwork.com, or maybe even YT Jobs and look for experienced freelancers who have experience and have done before the type of videos that you want to make. And then you want to hire them to script, edit, and record the videos for you. Now, a very important mention, when I say record, nobody actually needs to be in front of the camera and record their face like I'm doing right now. With this business model, with YouTube automation, we're making faceless videos, meaning the editor will take up footage, clips, screenshots, a bunch of stuff and mix them together on top of a narration, right? That's a voice narration, and that's what we want people to record for us. It's just their voice, not their face. Between the scriptwriter, voiceover actor, video editor, and thumbnail designer, so 4 people, I'm pretty confident that you can get a video done for less than $100 even if you are a beginner. In my community, where we have over 2,500 beginners start and do this, on the last survey that we did where we covered 200 people, the average cost per video was $68, right? So again, it can definitely be done for much lower, it can definitely be done for much higher, but my recommendation, if you're just starting out right now or if you're thinking about it, is to start lower, and then as you learn a little bit more and as your channel starts making more money, then you can start spending more on your videos if you want to improve the quality. But when I first started, my first cost per video was $30, and that channel went from $0 to $10,000 per month in less than 5 months. I documented it here on the channel, but we can talk about that later. Now, step 3 is to find video ideas and upload the videos to YouTube. Once you've decided on your niche and put together your team of freelancers who are going to help you execute on that strategy, all you need to do now is to find videos that you're gonna make and upload them to YouTube. Now, unlike what a lot of people think, you don't need to be a creative person to do this. I don't consider myself creative, and I've done just fine. You don't need a business degree, you don't need a marketing degree, you just need to spend a little bit of time on YouTube doing research. What you wanna spend that time on? Researching competitors. You wanna look at the successful channels in your space, the channels that are posting content similar to yours and are making the amount of money that you wanna make, and then you wanna see what's working for them, what videos are working, what videos are not working, and then you want to model the decently successful ones. You don't want to copy their videos one-on-one. This is a mistake that I see a lot of beginners make, but instead you want to model them. You want to do something a little bit different, change the angle or slightly changing one of the variables. That will be enough. Here's a few examples. So first of all, I found this video titled "Bombshell Dropped on Decision About Horner's Future" that got 32,000 views. And then after doing a little bit of research, I found another competitor, so somebody else, making this video titled "F1 Drivers Drop Bombshell on Red Bull After Horner Verdict," which we can agree that it's a very similar topic. It's probably the same idea, they just reworded it, just rephrased it, and probably speak about it from a different angle. And this video isn't as successful as the first one. It doesn't have 32,000 views, but it has 15,000 views, which is still pretty good. That's a lot of money to be made out there. And here's another one that's a little bit less specific. We have Top 10 Best Action Movies on Netflix, Best Hollywood Action Movies to Watch in 2022, 1.1 million views. And then somebody else made this other video called Top 10 Brutal Action Movies on Netflix, Amazon Prime 2023, Best Action Thriller Movies. This one also has 120,000 views, which again is not a million, but it's still 120,000 views, which is hundreds of dollars right there. When it comes to finding ideas, you don't need to reinvent the wheel. Just stick to what's working, do your research, add a little bit of extra sauce, extra spiciness to the video, and that will do. So to do a quick recap, in big lines, if you want to make money with YouTube automation, you need to follow those 3 steps. Number 1, pick a niche. Number 2, put together a team. And number 3, come up with video ideas and upload those videos to YouTube. Now, if you follow these steps, upload the videos to YouTube, YouTube will pay you once you're in the partner program for every 1,000 views that your channel generates. And the best part is that this business model allows us to structure it in a way in which after the business is set up, after the channel is set up, which can take up to 2, 3, maybe 4 weeks, depending on how fast you move, you can manage a channel with only a couple of hours per week of work, because the team are the ones who are doing all the work. You just need to manage the team, which can be done from your phone or from your laptop from anywhere in the world. As long as you have a device, preferably a laptop though, and an active internet connection, you can do this from wherever you want, which gives you a lot of freedom to spend time with your loved ones, to explore hobbies that you never had a chance to, or just to hang out with your friends, or maybe do something that you're passionate about. So if you currently work a 9-to-5 job or are looking to add an additional stream of income online through YouTube automation, and you're curious how this might work for you, we might be able to help you out. Click the first link in the description of this video, and I'm gonna have a more in-depth step-by-step tutorial that will allow you to see how this works a little bit more in depth. And at the end, you can apply to book a call with whether myself or one of my team members, and we can chat about how we might be able to help you to start this yourself. Now, you can just go below, click the link, and just watch the free training. If this is not for you, at least now you know. So with that being said, thanks so much for watching, guys, and looking forward to seeing you in the next video.